All right, welcome back to 30 with the team. Our next topic of discussion is going to be something called the design quarter. I will admit I'm not super well versed in this, so I'm going to throw it to a little bit more of an expert. Tracy Koga, tell us what this is.
Well, actually, it's just sort of, I guess, a new way of looking at the exchange. There's a lot of new local designers that have moved in and some that have already existed. And I think they just want to create a community. So there's right now almost, I think, 30 or 40 different little businesses that are in this kind of conglomerate. And they had like a little launch last Friday. And we got little pins. And this was made at Tiny Feast. Now, how many here, hands up, have heard of Tiny Feast?
Oh, I've been there.
Yeah.
Oh,
No.
No?
No idea.
No.
Yeah.
Stationery?
Yeah.
Yes,
Amazing
yes.
little trinkets, gifts.
Amazing, yes. So
Beautiful
these are
design.
Yeah, you got it. Well, men in stationery, forget it. But anyways, these girls are very, very talented, and you can go in and design your own little buttons, and never mind.
I thought Tiny Feast was a restaurant.
I thought it was a cat food.
It is a feast for your eyes.
That's
It's design.
fancy
It's
feast.
wonderful.
You know, I will say that I will admit some stationery can be
Stationery's
pretty
great.
cool.
Yeah.
Like,
You can get cool mugs there too.
Yeah.
Although
Yes.
I don't know if anything is as cool as that
Well,
gangsta
this is
mug.
how tough I
yeah,
am,
Yeah,
obviously,
very
if
tough.
you
So
know me.
anyway, speaking of cool things, these are the type of things and the type of businesses that they want to advertise. And I don't know if they're, yes, maybe it's a branding. I think the whole concept is, what do you consider Winnipeg High Life, or what is
My
Winnipeg
thing
about?
when they came out with this, sorry, I'm not jumping, is why?
What a jerk.
I go to the Exchange District. I enjoy the Exchange District. Why does the Exchange District need to be called something else?
You go to the Exchange District,
I do.
and this is a portion of, but there's actually more that includes, because this is everything that's walkable in the downtown. So it actually doesn't just include the Exchange. It branches all the way out to the WAG. It goes all the way to the Forks.
Forks as well, I
and
heard,
they're
right?
looking to
Yeah.
add more, but it's whatever is walkable. Because I think a lot of people, when you come to Winnipeg as a guest, as a visitor, you don't know what's available. Even, let's just even say this, if you live in the suburbs, you might not know what the downtown is, what it has to offer, and all these really cool. Because Winnipeg is really cool. It actually has some fantastic things.
Yes.
The design, the handmade, the local shops, the really
restaurants.
great, the restaurants that are fantastic,
Well,
the entrepreneurs.
We ended up at 4th, and I was with my husband, and he said, I never knew any of this existed.
And
Like,
that's
he
a
knew the
common
Exchange,
thing. Yeah.
but you go to a certain place. But anyways, we ended up on the rooftop, a great view of the city.
We weren't allowed up there. We got arrested. But
We were really lost.
there are some cool things out there. I will admit I don't go to the Exchange very often. I feel like I just don't.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
I know it's such. I mean, I don't live close to it. I'm like, you live right in the core. I do not. But
The best.
And you have to drive through all that construction from your house to
well,
the
I think it's.
Exchange.
I mean, parking I find is an issue there, but
Do you know
that's.
there's actually free parking on Saturdays for 2 hours?
There is
Yes.
now.
In all over
There
in all
is.
the
In all
downtown.
town.
All
Yeah.
over downtown. Like, I'm sorry to say that's actually not an excuse.
Oh, I'm not saying it's a viable excuse. I'm just saying I don't. Sorry for being honest.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
So why do you think this is so important? Why do you think we need to give these I mean, revitalizing obviously downtown is a big part of this?
And I'll admit, I'm not an art aficionado. I've never looked, when I've gone down there, I've never looked for art or design or anything like that, know very little about it. I think this is a way to put that in the spotlight and get not only tourists, but people like me living in the city, get them paying attention to the artist's work, to the design work, because they put a lot of work into it. And this is just a way of spotlighting it, because, I mean, otherwise I never would have known that was down there, right? As someone who does
best
Look at
answer
that.
ever.
Yeah.
I did not expect that when you started saying that,
Oh,
but that is a
thank
very
you.
good point. I never would have thought of that. But are there? So you're saying this allows local designers to have this opportunity for people
Just
to
because
see
I
their
know
work
very
more?
little about it doesn't mean I'm not interested in it. And reading a little bit about the app that they have planned, it's going to be very interactive. And like you said, very walkable. So it's a great way for tourists and locals, I think, to learn about something they're not as well educated in.
Yeah, maybe I'm just a little jaded. Maybe I'm jaded. Maybe I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed because it's the downtown core, and if you go to other cities, and I hate to always bring up like the last time I brought up other cities, but
We went to Korea last time, so maybe we keep it a little.
well, I mean, okay, and you think about like. I would rather have someone know Winnipeg for its downtown rather than we need to talk about the design quarter, we need to talk about this quarter, this quarter, this quarter. What all encompasses in the downtown, I want Winnipeggers to be really happy about their downtown. The Exchange District, the WAG, all the rest of it.
I think that's a part of it. I think that's trying to bring some of the maybe stereotypical thoughts of Winnipeg core.
Yeah, I'm
another
aware,
level.
but if you mention if you mention the downtown to people, I'm kind of hurt that a lot of people won't think of positive things for
Right.
Winnipeg's downtown.
Yeah.
Yes, this brings a positive light, and yes,
Yeah.
I like where it's going. As a Winnipegger, though, I wish, though, that we could look at our downtown and say, hey, I'm going to go downtown and be excited about it, not be,
Yeah.
I'm going to get stabbed tonight or anything,
Right,
you know?
but this is that thing. This is that turning point, and I think it's a way to get people excited and thinking about it in a different perspective.
And also think about the business people. Like,
Yeah.
Being a local entrepreneur, if I was the owner of Tiny Feast, and it was a way to me to connect to
Well,
St.
you don't market
James.
to men, so.
Well, I might.
You actually
I
would be
might.
surprised. They have some pretty cool flasks.
Yeah.
Some like how to brew beer.
Yeah.
Some.
Yeah.
Sorry to
I
interrupt
like
you.
it.
Sorry,
But-
right,
It's
but
huge
like
for these
Kristin-
small businesses.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking at the local entrepreneurs because otherwise they're going to close shop and they're going to move elsewhere.
Yeah.
And what are we left with?
Yeah.
We're left with an empty shell. So if we don't start promoting us,
Yeah.
then who is going to?
Okay, so then, I mean, when I think of downtown, sadly it is not something positive. It's not quite Stabby McDeath, but it's a little bit more ghost town than it is downtown after a certain time. Now you go, like you said, you go to others. We were recently in Minneapolis. You could go downtown and it's pumping till like 10 o'clock, midnight.
Yeah.
Whereas sometimes we go downtown. Is that something we think we will start seeing if these businesses?
I would say so, and I
Thrive.
think that this is a part
Because
of
I'm
it.
buying stationery at 9 p.m.
You are buying
Yeah.
stationery at 9 p.m., but you also are probably going to go to Deer and Almond and grab a drink, or you're going to go, to some of the other like Albert Street cocktail, whatever that is. And because it's all walkable, the more people you have, the more people you see, the more safer you will feel, and the
Yes.
more it will encourage that kind of neighborhood atmosphere that we have really grown to want outside of the downtown. And I think people moving especially to
One
will
thing
help.
that keeps getting brought up about maybe boosting the downtown, the opening of Portage in Maine.
Oh, that's an interesting one.
Are we all for that? Or are
I'm
we
for
against that? It seems crazy. We promote Portage in Maine like crazy, especially to tourists, and they come here. It's like
Even when you watch,
can't even
even when you
walk
watch Jets games, one of the filler things they always have is a shot of Portage and Maine, and
Yeah.
it's always either a statue or traffic.
empty,
you never
right?
see
Yeah.
people down there.
Yeah.
I think it's ridiculous
And
why we don't
that's
have people who
the
walk
mayor's
around the
promised they're going to look into that,
Yeah.
and it sounds all but official. So that appears to be
So
on the
do you
way.
think so when that becomes walkable? Do you think that'll be able to extend it sort of walkable? Moving,
Well, I think you have
move
to. Well,
towards
if
into
that becomes
the
walkable, you,
forks?
Oh, maybe to the
Yeah.
forks.
I think if that
It's a
becomes
great
walkable,
place.
you have to put businesses around there that people would want to walk to as well.
Yeah.
And then what happens to the ones that
So
are
is this the field of
underground
dreams? If you
already?
build it, they will come.
I hope so. I mean, like, I would like to see like some nice shops and everything. Like 201 Portage, is that the place that Global is out of?
That's the
they
high one,
they have a Starbucks there, but there's a
One of their busiest.
They're one of the busiest Starbucks. They have a Starbucks and a Subway.
Right.
Besides that, I'm like, what else is around there? We would need to see some like nice kiosky, nice sit-down coffee shop.
Do you
and
need to
stuff
see that in those buildings, or do you need to see that
Just in the
buildings
surrounding area.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
I feel
yeah.
like Portage in Maine is the iconicness of it. Great, fine.
Yep.
But to have it as a thoroughfare for people to actually want to walk through,
You need
I have
a
seen
reason.
people like get there trying to figure out, okay, where do I go now?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then actually like contemplate. I'm gonna run. I'm
Yeah.
gonna run
Yeah, yeah.
across like
I think
6
we all
lanes
done
of
it.
traffic.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my
Okay, well,
gosh.
we do not promote running across
No,
Portage and Maine.
never
this
do
is the
that.
thing, right? So how do you do that? And
Yeah.
does opening it up make it that much more accessible? Does it make the downtown more accessible and more friendly to people?
So I think, what do we think? We all on board? Do we think this
Yeah.
is something the city
The
needs?
5 of us think
Yeah.
this is
Yes. So it'll happen,
this will happen?
because
Well, there's worries.
everyone watching,
yeah,
write your representative.
There's worries about traffic with
There
that,
is,
but
yes.
I think more positive than negative.
I see your point,
Yeah.
Kevin. I also think Portage and Maine is a bigger topic, which we might have to discuss on a different episode of 30 with the team, because I think there's a lot of information. But very good point to add. We'll be back with our last topic, which is just something simple: summer fun.